Hi everyone, how are you all? So today we are going to start another topic, that is properties of triangle. You have already seen on the board. So properties of triangle. In this chapter we are going to come across huge many formulas that are going to be 100% useful. Those results that I am going to derive while discussing this chapter are going to be most useful results in solving many geometrical problems. Basically, to understand the chapter properties of triangles, you need to have the basic fundamentals of trigonometry and basic geometry. So, basic trigonometry and basic geometry, these two chapters are going to make you understand this chapter. Okay, so basically in properties of triangles, the aspects that we are going to learn are all related to the relations between sides and angles of a triangle. So in this chapter, the most of the formulas that we are going to come across are all explains the relation between the sides and angles of a triangle. Okay, to understand this, there is a fixed format of the triangle that is considered in all the concepts. That is, let me consider a triangle which is a three-sided polygon A, B, and C. In this whole chapter, the triangle is has a fixed name, that is A, B, C, and triangle A, B, C. So here, this angle is, let me call it as angle A because it is at the vertex A, and let me call this angle as B because it is at vertex B. So let me call this angle as C as it is at the vertex C. Okay. So opposite to angle A, there is a side that is BC. BC is opposite to angle A, that is angle BAC. This is the first thing. As this side is opposite to this angle, let me call this side as a small a. Okay. Similarly, AC, this side is opposite to this angle. It is treated as opposite side of this angle. Angle B, opposite side is AC. So let me call its length as a small b. Okay. Similarly, angle C, its opposite side is AB. So for A, if we look at in the direction of angle, this angle, the side that our eye sees is BC, so it is treated as opposite to angle A. Similarly, when we see through this angle, through this vertex, the side that we are going to see is AC. So AC is considered as the opposite side of B, which is named as small b. Its length is taken as small b. Similarly, when we see through side C, when I see through side C, its opposite side that we see is AB. So let me call its length as small c. For angle A, its opposite side as is BC. For angle B, the opposite side is AC. Whose length is A? Whose length is B? For angle C, the opposite side is AB. Whose length is C? So this is the format that we are going to use in this whole chapter. Triangle ABC. Uh, the side opposite to angle A is BC, which is of length small a, and side opposite to angle B is AC, whose length is small b, and the side which is opposite to angle C is AB, whose length is C. Okay. This format is going to be applicable throughout the end of this chapter. So you need to keep this figure in mind carefully. Okay. Now the first concept that we are going to discuss is area of triangle. The first aspect that begins in this chapter is area of triangle. I think you might have learnt in your lower classes. You have learnt about area of triangle as half into base into height. You have learnt in your lower classes. So let me make it familiar. Triangle A, B, C. Let me drop a perpendicular, that is, let me name it as A dash. Let me consider its height as small h and its base length, let me consider as A. So what the area of triangle? Area of triangle is denoted by delta. A triangle symbol delta. So here delta we can say that half into base into height. Right? This is the basic formula that we all know. So delta is equal to half into base is A, height is h. Half A h. Okay, this is the basic idea that you have already learnt in your lower classes. The area of triangle is nothing but half into base into height. Simply by triangle we can say half into base into height. Half A h. Okay. Now we are going to see a simple derivation. How this area of triangle, why this area of triangle is called as half into base into height. The aspect is very simple. Listen carefully. Let me consider a square. It is a four-sided polygon. Let me take this. Let me so not square. Let me consider a rectangle whose base is A and length is h. Suppose. Let me take it as B. It is h. What I will do? Let me draw a diagonal. A, B, C, D. Rectangle A, B, C, D. In this rectangle A, B, C, D, let me draw a diagonal joining A and vertex A and vertex C. So that we are going to see there are two new triangles formed, that is triangle ADC and triangle ABC, which is right angle at B. It means angle B is equal to angle D is equal to 90 degrees. Okay. Similarly, its length is height is going to be h, its length is going to be b. AB is nothing but b, BC is nothing but h, CD is nothing but b, AD length is nothing but h. As it is a rectangle, two opposite sides are of equal length and each one is 90 degrees. So what I have done, I have joined two opposite vertices which forms a diagonal AC, which divides this rectangle into two triangles, two right angle triangles, that is ADC and triangle ABC. Now, triangle now we are going to study on two triangles ADC versus triangle ABD. Okay, in triangle ADC and triangle ABC, here AB is nothing but CD. This is our first condition. AB is nothing but CD. BC is nothing but AD. This is our second condition. A simple property. The two opposite sides are equal. So AB is equal to CD. AB is equal to CD. Two opposite sides are equal. BC is equal to AD. BC is equal to AD. Two opposite sides are equal. This is the second thing. And angle ABC is equal to angle ADC is nothing but 90 degrees. This is our third condition. First thing is, in these two triangles, their adjacent sides are equal. First thing, these two conditions says that two adjacent sides of triangle ADC and ABD are equal. The second thing is, angle ABC is equal to angle ADC is equal to 90 degrees. Angle ABC, it means angle B, it is nothing but 90 degrees. Angle ADC, it is nothing but 90 degrees. So these both are taken as equal, which is the third condition. So by the condition of congruency, it is said that triangle ABC sorry, here ABC, mistake. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle AB is nothing but CD. CD, AB is equal to CD. AB equal to CD. BC is equal to AD. BC is equal to AD. AD or DA. Angle ABC is equal to angle CDA, which is nothing but angle ADC. Okay, this is the congruent. It means what we can understand, this diagonal is going to divide this rectangle into two equal parts. Two equal parts means it's going to divide it into two equal triangles of equal area. That's what aspect we have to understand. So, area of rectangle. Simply it is taken as box bracket A, B, C, D, which is nothing but B into H, base into height. The product of this length and this length into breadth, which is nothing but BH, area of a rectangle ABCD. Okay, this is one thing. As this diagonal AC is divides this rectangle into two equal triangles of equal area, here we can understand that 2 times triangle ADC as well as triangle ABC is nothing but B into H. Area of triangle ADC, half into base into height. Triangle ADC is equal to half into base into height. Area of triangle ADC, half into base into height. Okay, so it was so we have considered it as a right angle triangle. Then what about other normal triangles which are not especially right angled triangles? So let's go to it. First thing is, in this triangle, it is a right angle triangle. Area of triangle ADC is half into base into height. Okay, I am going to erase this side. Similarly, what about a normal triangle? Let me consider this triangle ABC. Let me drop a perpendicular A dash whose length is h. It's nothing but height of this triangle ABC. Let me consider its base length as B. Okay. As we have dropped a perpendicular A dash on BC, it is going to divide this BC into two parts. Let me consider its length as B1 and this length as B2. Okay. Area of the length of BA dash as B1, the length of A dash C as B2. The total length is B. So what we can write here, B is equal to B1 plus B2. We are going to use this equation, so let me put it aside. Now let me draw some imaginary lines which represents two rectangles. Let me name it as B dash. Let me name it as C dash. By these imaginary lines drawn, here we can see that there are two rectangles are formed. A dash A, B dash B, and A C dash C A dash. So here in this is going to be a right angle triangle, right? Previously I have proven that for a right angle triangle the area is half into base into height. Its base length is B1. So area of triangle ABC, which is also denoted as delta. It is going to be area of triangle A dash B plus area of triangle A dash C. Area of triangle ABC, which is being divided into two parts by this altitude. Area of this triangle A dash B plus area of this triangle A dash C is going to be the area of this total triangle. A dash B is nothing but half into base. For this triangle, the base length is going to be B1 into H plus half into, for this triangle A dash C, the length is going to be, the base length is going to be B2 and height is H, half into B2 into H. Area of triangle delta is equal to half into B1 plus B2 into H. B1 plus B2 is nothing but length of this whole base. So it can be taken as area of triangle is equal to half into base into height. This is how the area of the triangle is being derived. It is not only for right angle triangle but also it is obeyed for any triangle. Half into base into height. So this is the basic idea of area of triangles. So it's not going to be a part of this chapter, but this concept helps you in understanding area of triangle in terms of sides and angles. So in next video we will discuss how the sides and angles are being related to each other. I am going to explain the first aspect through the concept of area of triangles. Until then, bye.